say 95% of our influencer marketing is organic. यार आजकल इतने scam हो रहे हैं. If of course your product is not good, then तो organic is out of the picture. You're a 12-year-old girl coming, dragging her mother to the stall and be like, "Mama, purchase me this lip gloss." People in India want value for money.
Your brand won't be relevant to someone who's in their late 30s.
To target the Reginas of the group. Everybody at on social media is very good at making things look how they want it to look. I am sure he can sell my lipstick better than any woman out there can sell it. I have a bootstrap brand, so I don't know how these funding things go. To date, it's the biggest compliment when like the CEO of Nykaa actually comes and tells you that they really like your brand. Brands cannot stand ground on duping products. Just because the world is about trends, you don't have to be.
Hi everyone, today we have Sanchi Agarwal with us. She is the founder and CEO of Flossy Cosmetics. Welcome Sanchi on episode 1 and thank you so much for joining today at the debut episode of Just Because.
Hi Muskan, it's so great being here.
Let's get straight into it. So Sanchi, tell us, from psychology to business, how has the journey been?
I think I think this is just another way of self love, is what I feel about makeup. And I think I always knew what I wanted to do. I think psychology was just kind of, I think it has helped me a lot, in fact, in the way I've kind of built the business. Because I think not a lot of people are so deep into consumer psychology. When you look at Indian brands, I think it's more on product, product, product. And I think my knowledge on psychology has kind of helped me shape the brand to how it is.
So like why did you chose to take the business route at just the age of 22?
So I was 21 when I started researching. I actually don't know why I did it so early. I think I was just, I think COVID happened and we all saw a surge in, your entire personal care industry. Like a lot of new brands were coming in and like a lot of new makeup brands were coming in. And I think there was this wide gap because I was doing psychology in the UK, right? And at that time, like I personally always have been really fond of makeup. The kind of brands I saw over there were very, very different to the brands that existed in India back then. So I think it was just, like me during COVID trying to find a brand that I would relate to. And it was not just about, okay, I'm using the product. It was more about, okay, do I relate with this brand? So I think to kind of fill in that gap and like also to, I mean, monetize on the opportunity. So I think, yeah, that's how I started Flossy. That's why I started Flossy. Plus I think with psychology, I think as a profession, like I mean it's great as a profession, but I feel like it gets a little emotionally taxing to kind of be in that profession. And I am the sort of a person who brings work home a lot. And obviously for me, I think that wouldn't have been the right fit. I think this is something that I can look forward to doing every day.
I know you do.
Yeah.
So like tell me like how has the consumer behavior, especially in the beauty space, has changed over years? Like I remember when I was like 14 or 15 or 16, I never bought makeup for myself. Now we see girls who are like 12 or 13 years old shopping online for beauty and going to Sephora, buying makeup. So like how has this wave changed?
I think, all Indian trends are really influenced by the West. Like now, I think the rise of TikTok, like especially like, I mean, it was banned in India, but we got, reels and all of that. I think a much younger generation of people kind of got access to a lot more things than what we had at our age. I think for us that Nokia flip phone is what we had maximum. We used to play with the
Yeah.
those snake tile games. But I think today there's so many options for children to just go and explore. There's so much social media. There's so much exposure, all in all. So I think that plays the biggest role in how consumer behavior also has changed, because I see So we did this pop-up, and I remember a 12-year-old girl coming, dragging her mother to the stall and me like, "Mama, purchase me this lip gloss." And to me, it was so shocking to kind of look at it because when we were 12, like, we didn't even know the difference between a lip gloss and a lipstick. And I think
Yeah.
it was like a lot after that we kind of realized. And even my love for makeup didn't get me there so soon as much as children like at this age have started getting into it. It's just, I think, to do with a lot of awareness that has come about and accessibility to it.
So like everyone knows that even like no matter it's a beauty brand or a fashion brand or a lifestyle brand in general, everyone is running after building a community. Like it's the new hot word right now. So I've always seen that Flossy is a very community centric brand and you have this tagline, "You are our muse." So like how have you built your community and how has it helped the brand?
I think, like community is very, very important because at the end of the day, you just don't want to, like, again, my perspective has never been just selling products to make money. I mean, it needs to mean something. I think there needs to be a meaningful approach to kind of what you're putting out there in the world. So I think the recall factor of my brand personally shouldn't ever be कि oh बस इनका product अच्छा है. I wanted to kind of given that feeling that oh when I use the product this is how I feel. Like so our tagline "You are our muse" again is like a very interesting take on how you can be the best version of yourself. It's not to make you someone else. It's that our customers are the sole focal point of what we do with our products. I mean, like, that there was this thing that happened. Like, again, this happens a lot lately with new launches. That there's one product that you might want to do, and if it goes viral anywhere, like five other brands would kind of copy that product. So that happened very recently with like one of our newest launches, and that product hasn't even launched yet. But I think despite panic, I think what the team really did was kind of turned it around the Flossy way to kind of really get into consumer insight and see what they need from us. Even though it's a product that's like literally saturated in the market right now, I think the product we launch is going to be very, very centered towards what our customer wants.
Yeah.
So I think like yeah, building a community and knowing your community is like key to building a sustainable business. It's not just a trend, I believe.
And like how has it helped your brand? Like I have seen that you have a very loyal cult of Flossy now where people are making reels and putting the hashtag "You are our
Yeah, I
muse."
think it cuts down on influencer marketing a lot because we don't need influencers to promote. Like आज की date में if a customer of ours is going and saying कि मेरी मम्मा को आप lipstick अच्छी लग गई, मेरी बहन को lipstick अच्छी लग गई, and they're kind of taking it away, and our repurchases are coming from there. What else do you want? No.
I saw this comment that Vitamin Me should be changed to Vitamin Mom because it's
Yeah.
such a mother shade.
Yeah, yeah. So I think like people really kind of have been taking it in their lifestyle with them again to the comment that you said. So I think it's a very, very good thing because I think influencer promotions also at this point have become like I wouldn't say like they have their niches. Like it's a hit and try with influencer collaborations. With influencer collaborations, you really do not know if that is actually going to resonate with your brand. Like it's like I think with your customers, okay, if a person like this is buying my product, another person like that is like would definitely buy my product. And if today like I personally say I like a lipstick of a brand, and my best friends of course like would love me in some way and like have some parts of my personality to also love the product. So I think that word of mouth matters so much. I will tell you like I would say 95% of our influencer marketing is organic. Like
Yeah.
we haven't touched paid collabs. I think for me like what mattered the most was to make sure that people love the product and they're endorsing it because they want to, not because they're paid to do it. So I think like that organic bit and like that reality behind a brand is really what it kind of should stand for essentially. I feel like today, if even if you put in the money to kind of market a product and you put in a lot of money to market it, the repurchase is not gonna come until and unless you love it.
Because the person is not resonating, the audience is wrong, I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
yeah.
So like what did not work for you in influencer marketing?
I think like initially, and I wouldn't lie, it is a mistake. Like, see, social media today affects everybody, okay? As a founder, it does impact me also. Like, you're looking at other brands who maybe have launched at the same time as you have. You know, they're doing so many big collabs, and you know, everybody at social, like on social media, is very good at making things look how they want it to look. You ultimately do not know what's really going behind, how much, you know, what numbers are there, what's happening, etc. So, you know, you kind of, there have been times earlier when I started the brand that, you know, I felt like we are going on a slower pace than others. And I think it kind of used to bother me a lot back then, but I think the time and the energy we have put in into, like, you know, the entire organic activities, I think has paid off more than kind of just
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah. So like how has like the press really helped you? Like I've seen on your website there are all these flashy banners of Elle and Cosmo and Grazia. So like how did Flossie was able to get so many features of the media in such a short time?
यार आजकल इतने स्कैम हो रहे हैं. People do not trust buying from any website today, and honestly I don't blame them.
Yeah.
I think press for us was nothing. I think it was great recognition for me, for the brand, but I also think it was a point of credibility for the
Yeah.
brand.
Yeah.
Like today, if Cosmopolitan is featuring like someone, like they must be relevant, right? Like they must, you know, be in that place where okay, you can trust the brand. I think initially, I think we, again, like with even all our features, they've been organic, and like, you know, we recently won very organically, like randomly I was sitting in the room and I got a call and I'm like, okay, you know, your lipsticks have won for this Grazia award. So like, I think those moments just give you a lot of credibility, and I think they're very rewarding to
Yeah.
kind of know that okay, you know, this much your brand or the product is kind of valued in this space. So I think that, yeah, that's in a nutshell how it's helped.
So like if I'm launching a new brand, say of today, and if I want to get the press to write about my brand, so like how can I get that connection?
I think it's about relationship building with the press. I don't really believe in going down the route where you would want to pay lakhs and lakhs. I think get a good PR person on board, someone who maybe either already has the connects or knows how to, you know, like place your brand the way you want it in front of the media. And I think, yeah, that's exactly, like, that's how anybody can today come in press. Like, it's not rocket science. I think your product needs to speak for it. I think you either need to be very good at building connections, or you need to have a great PR person who's good at doing
I
it.
think the product has to be the hero because even if it is 100% organic, the journalist asks for the quality,
Yeah,
the quality
of course,
check, the
of
product.
course. So if of course your product is not good, then तो organic is out of the picture.
Yeah, yeah.
फिर तो नहीं हो सकता
Get
बिल्कुल.
your time and effort to get your product.
Yeah, get your product right. Yeah.
Yeah, got it,
Yeah.
got it. So I wanted to touch this topic that the latest launch Flossie has, the Better Decision Jelly Tins. They have a very cute merch, the charm attached to it. So and after Hailey Bieber did her lip case and Laneige did their charm. So like, how has the merch thing really affected the beauty game, and why are brands doing it? Like, why is the main question that if you're a beauty brand, like how? Because if we see ek do saal pehle, no one thought of going in this direction that you launch phone cases with it or you do charms with it, and now people are going crazy over it.
Again, Muskan, I think lifestyle है ना, मतलब
Yeah.
people want to today, again, it's about how a product makes you feel. Like,
Yeah.
उसके अंदर ये नहीं है कि you're just applying the lipstick because you want your lips to look a certain color or whatever. I think it's about getting into people's lifestyle. Like that phone case thing went so viral because it's a very, in today's like, I mean, lingo, it's a very like girls problem, like a girls issue to having to carry and reapply their lip oil or lip gloss or their lip treatment like every 5 minutes. So the convenience of it being attached on the phone and like kind of how just like it looked, and then
Yeah.
it made them feel like Hailey
Yeah.
Bieber, of course, with the entire marketing she did. So that entire it girl vibe that they gave to the campaign, plus the fact that it was a very useful product that kind of just blended in their lifestyle very easily, I think is what made the merch so successful. And I think when brands started realizing that, they caught on to the trend. So for us also with the charms, like they're extremely functional. Like you can put it on your car keys, you can put it on your bag, you can put it like just about anywhere.
Anywhere.
एंड देन लाइक अब तो इतने छोटे बैग्स आते हैं यार,
Mini
कुछ
bags.
कुछ फिट ही नहीं आता है उसके अंदर. तो अब अगर उसके अंदर नहीं डाल सकते प्रोडक्ट तो बाहर
बाहर.
यू कैन अटैच
Yeah.
इट. या
Plus, I've seen that the younger generation is very into self-expression. Like they want to show the products
Yeah,
they are using.
yeah,
So they're
yeah.
they're very vocal about it. They'll show the world what they're using.
Yeah.
They'll click pictures. They put in stories. I think they'll just buy for the aesthetics and cute shit.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like today it's about what's coming out of your vanity
Yeah.
more than what
Yeah.
you're putting on the face. I mean,
Yeah.
makeup ultimately, again, like लिपस्टिक के अंदर कितनी ही वेरिएशंस कर लोगे, क्या ही कर लोगे. इट्स द
वही
ब्रांड यू
गिने चुने
कनेक्ट
shades है.
विद. हाँ, it's the brands that you really connect with and you feel at home with.
I think it also generates a lot of FOMO. Like, supposedly, if we are sitting in a group of 6 girls and 2 girls have a very cute merch attached to their makeup
Yeah.
products, 4 will want कि यार हमें भी चाहिए. So that FOMO factor really comes in that space that what she was
इसके अंदर
carrying.
एक एग्जांपल बताऊं, मीन गर्ल्स देखी है?
Of course.
You should target the Reginas of the group because they are the bitchiest. If they are carrying something,
Yeah.
have you seen that episode where they cut holes in her tank top
Yeah.
and then it kind of becomes
Yeah.
a trend.
Yeah.
So you touch the Reginas of all these
The
high
communities,
schools and
yeah.
community, and like your product is good to go.
I
then.
think that's how influencer marketing also
Yeah,
goes.
yeah. So I think, but we shouldn't call influencers Regina, but
yeah, you know.
But yeah.
You target one and the trickle down effect happens. And,
Yeah.
So, like, tell me, if you were to onboard a celeb face for Flossy today, whom would it be?
Ranveer Singh. I have to. Like,
Ranveer Singh for a beauty brand.
Yeah, because I want to see how he sells the lipstick. Like the ads he's done, it's
For
crazy.
the Super You protein bar.
Yeah, like I don't know, some random ads also I saw he's done. That guy, the energy, I am sure he can sell my lipstick better than any woman out there can sell it. It's too good.
Nice answer. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
So tell me, you have like there's so many brands in India right now who are doing the beauty brand game amazingly. And how do you think the celeb factor, like we have Masaba Gupta with their own brand, we have 82 East, we have Priyanka Chopra, we have K by Katrina. So do you think that these are your competitors? Like, can a normal indie beauty brand compete with celeb founded brands?
I think with celeb founded brands, it's a completely different niche because today their customers are not just coming to them for the product, they are coming also because they resonate with the celebrity a lot. I think, for homegrown brands, I think it takes a lot of heart to kind of build the brand.
Yeah.
Because today nobody knows who I am, like what I've done, and like I think there's a difference with getting famous because of your business and being famous that's why creating a business. Like I think there are two different things. I think the brands that come up with that are celebrity founded, like they're great in quality, they're great in pricing, etc. Because of course, wonderful successful people have found them. But I think what they just lack a little bit is like that personal touch. Like they cannot be very niche centric. They cannot have that personal feel to it. They might sell a lot because they appeal to the masses. But I think like that little bit of like
Personal touch, the connect with the community.
connect with the community is a little missing over there.
Yeah. I think Indie Wild by Deepa Khosla has actually cracked every bit of what it.
I love that brand.
Yeah,
I love
matlab,
that brand.
she's
I
doing
think,
amazing. I think because she was an influencer first, she knows the community, she knows the
but
people.
then again, like, she's an influencer. She, like, got her career from influencing. Celebrities and influencers are very different. Like, today, of course, she's also a celebrity.
Yeah.
But, like, she's also kind of built herself up
Yeah,
from
like
the
she
ground.
understands social
There's
media.
one more founder like that. There's the Lift Tinted founder, Deepika. So, basically, she also was an influencer. So, I was nominated for one of the awards where I kind of heard her entire story, and it was so inspiring because there in the US she kind of started a brand for the Indian community. So I think with influencers they really have built their personal careers also from the ground up by building a community. So I think for them to kind of crack this is much easier than like it would be for a celebrity
Celeb brand.
essentially. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're looking everything at a very macro level.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think with celebrity brands, it's very okay, like the product needs to be the hero. Like, it's not, you wouldn't ever see, like, campaigns coming out where, like, it's extremely personal to their customers. But with either, like, influencer brands, I feel like these are three different segments: influencer, homegrown, then
Celeb
founders,
Yeah.
and then also the fourth segment is your bigger brands like Lakme, L'Oreal, and everything that have
The
their own space in the market.
the heritage brands.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I think you met Deepika at Beauty and You Awards.
Yeah.
So those of you who don't know, Beauty and You Awards is an initiative by Estee Lauder and Nykaa, and Flossie was the finalist in the very first year, which was huge. So how was that experience?
I think it was a pinch me moment for me because like I never thought that like this happened, like I think 2 months before we even like got to our first birthday of the brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it was like a funding based event, which honestly I have a bootstrapped brand, so I don't know how these funding things go. So yeah, like basically you kind of had to pitch in a room full of the best founders and entrepreneurs and all your industry big faces.
Who were all on the panel?
So I think we had Gaurav Gupta on the panel. We again have Deepika, the Lift Tinted founder. We had IndieWild, Deepak
Deepak
Khosla
Khosla.
there. We had Nykaa CEOs over there, which was like
And
I was
I think at that time you were not on Nykaa also.
that day, like that day of the award, I got my confirmation mail from Nykaa that okay, we've onboarded you, and
Yeah.
and I was just like कि आज ही मैं founder से मिली हूँ और आज ही onboarding mail आ गया. I was like, wow, this is how you get onboarded on Nykaa.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like there were a lot more people. There was Bhumi Patnekar. I think she was doing this collab with MAC
Yeah,
for their.
she's the face of
She's the
MAC.
face of MAC for lipsticks at that time. There was Katrina Kaif who was on the panel. So I think I was just like कि मैं इतने लोगों के सामने, like people who know so much more about beauty, how do I just go on that stage and talk? And I think I still remember how fast my heartbeat was at that time when I got off the stage. I think it was a great experience in terms of like me meeting so many of like the industry people and like such relevant people of the industry. And again, like I think to date it's the biggest compliment when like the CEO of Nykaa actually comes and tells you that they really like your brand. I think in India that is the biggest deal at the point, like at this moment, being a beauty brand founder, to have someone like the CEO of Nykaa come and say that to you. And I remember how proud my parents were, and like they spoke with all the judges and everything. So it was a whole thing. So even though we didn't win, and I think the reason we didn't win was because we were kind of like, they felt that we did not need the funding, but in terms of like the entire experience, I feel like it was just great. Like couldn't have asked for anything more. Like especially before the first year even completed.
Yeah. Just because you didn't win
Yeah,
doesn't mean you aren't the
It was a
best.
great experience. I mean, I
Yeah.
won for something completely different next year, and I had to fly down to Bombay again.
Grazia.
Grazia, yeah,
Yeah.
for matte lipsticks. That though I didn't even have to stand on a stage for, so I was really grateful.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's where the products kind of spoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So, like, how do you tackle with the dealing with the same manufacturer when, like, supposedly 10 of your other competitive brands have the same manufacturer?
Honestly, it used to bother me a lot, but I think timeless products are the way to go. ये इसका कॉपी कर लिया उसका कॉपी कर लिया ऐसे नहीं चलता. Like अभी we did the jelly tint also, which was like our own take on milk, and at that time there was
Thank
this
God
entire
we did our own
yeah,
take on
yeah, and I remember calling you and telling you, Muskan, thank God we did not do this jelly tint. It was like 5 other brands were standing there doing the same product
at the same time.
at the same time. And I was just like, hey, bro, like marketing. This is happening with the new launch we are doing also.
Yeah.
But like, thankfully, we always had our own vision to it because it was always an extension to our glosses. So like, it didn't hurt so much. But like, yeah, ye to I have made it a point that I won't touch copying products ever, because then you get into this area of a very toxic competition within the market. And like, it's just impossible to kind of get a first mover's advantage or whatever it is. So I feel like originality is what builds brands. Today, Charlotte Tilbury did not become Charlotte Tilbury by
Yeah.
duping someone.
Yeah.
I think it works really well for brands that have the resources to kind of churn out product really fast. But for bootstrap businesses, it's not the way to go.
So, like, you are suggesting that don't run after dupes or trends.
खुद के बनाओ ना. Like you see Hailey Bieber doing that. Like she's made a business out of just being herself. Like, do what you do best, and of course people that resonate with you and your brand will like it.
There are brands like Elf जो रहते ही चलते ही dupes पे है. So इंडियन मार्केट में ऐसा कौन सा ब्रांड है जो बस dupes पे ही चलता है?
I think controversial हो जाएगा ये थोड़ा
नहीं,
बोलना.
but like there are massy brands also ना who always.
I think massy brands don't go in dupes. I think homegrown brands में ये बहुत trend चल रहा है that let's dupe this, let's dupe that.
Like the milk jelly वाला only.
Yeah, like I mean, I think for a lot of brands they see it as a quicker way to make their brand go viral. Because like right now India के अंदर ना वो space खाली है जहाँ पे like there are not a lot of brands that are available in India. So like the best bet to kind of have them available in India is to dupe them. So say a brand dupes some viral product, या तो वो बहुत महंगा है, like people can't afford it, या तो वो बिल्कुल ही available नहीं है, तो obviously brand popular तो होगा ही.
Like the Chanel water tint.
Chanel water tint हो गया आपका, these PH lip oils जिसका इतना पूरा craze आया था, that was something I actually wanted to launch with, but I thought it was too risky. I'm like really stupid, I did not do that, but like I think the lesson learned after was much more valuable. Because the thing is, brands cannot stand ground on duping products. Like उसकी भी पूरी wave आई थी वो 6 महीने बाद. Now people don't want to touch PH products. Like it got so overdone after a point.
I don't have a PH product till date except
Flossy.
Flossy.
You have to. You have to sell it, so you have to.
But because it was so done and I was like मैं क्यों खरीदूँ ये product हर दूसरा बंदा use
मतलब
कर
it
रहा
was
है.
such a scam. It was such a scam. Also, one more reason I did not want to do it, because everyone's like, oh, it's customized to your
Yeah.
skin's pH and all of that. Jabki it's the same thing.
It's the same.
I've gotten it formulated because like we wanted to do something different with the glosses, so I know how it works, but it was like a very limited edition launch because I always knew that it was like a trend. Again, like I think this is why you cannot build brands based on trends, क्योंकि 6 महीने बाद वो trend खत्म हो जाएगा. आज की डेट में भी like the products that are selling for us are very evergreen. Like people cannot get bored of them. With trends, people can get bored of them really quickly. What is your view on this?
On what?
On duping?
I think duping में you have to even if you're duping a
Your
product.
favorite line, अक्कल के लिए भी
नकल के लिए भी
नकल,
अकल
yeah.
नकल के लिए भी अकल चाहिए is
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
something I say every day in every meeting.
Yeah.
You copy this brand, no कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, but there's a fine line in copying and taking inspiration.
Inspiration, yeah.
So तरीके से करोगे तो सब सही होगा इज द
Yeah.
थिंग. एंड आई थिंक ब्यूटी चीज़ में तो अब इतना ज़्यादा सबके गिने चुने वही 6 शेड होते हैं. तुम्हारे भी वही है, तुम्हारे कंपेटिटर की भी वही है. हाउ यू सेल इट एंड हाउ यू मार्केट इट is the way to go. And I think in marketing we have played so much now. If you talk about the randomest memes, I think the best thing
No,
we
this Ganji Chudel meme, like I saw this ad Pilgrim did.
Nykaa posted उनके ऑफिशियल रील पे गंजी चुड़ैल उड़ रही है.
Pilgrim did this entire dating scene where Ganji Chudel is dating some guy called Birju, and how she's being ghosted by him, and how applying Pilgrim products
Yeah.
got her back in the game, and all
and
of
and
that.
it went viral.
It went viral, and I was like कि bro हम तो कुछ नहीं कर रहे हैं marketing में. असली marketing तो ये लोग कर रहे हैं. I'm like, we are so like to our community, we should also get into all
Yeah.
this Ganji Chudel
Yeah,
bit of it.
yeah. Because Instagram is a very calorie burn app. You scroll,
Yeah.
you scroll. कुछ serious आता है तो तुम थोड़े ऐसे हो जाते हो, मैंने क्या देख लिया.
हाँ.
तो जिसमें scrolling easy हो रही है, we always talk about it that the page should be very
Very
scrollable.
scrollable, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I think जब हमने वो meme करा था, so we made this meme of Hrithik Roshan on a ZNMD का dialogue
It was
that
too funny.
मेरे बैग से लिप ग्लॉस चुराना was not funny. And
Yeah, that did so well.
Yeah.
Like I think we ran it in ads also for a bit. I think it had more likes than
Yeah,
website visits because people were just like relating to it a lot.
उसमें रोएस नहीं आ रहा था, but it got us a lot of clicks and attraction and followers.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
memes is the way to go.
Yeah, I think memes are the way to go.
Yeah.
Memes are the way to go if you want awareness. I mean, again, it's incorporating product into lifestyle. I mean, Ganji Chudel से लोगों को क्या फर्क पड़ता है? But that's a part of their lifestyle.
Yeah.
Scrolling, enjoying the content.
Yeah. All your product names are so Gen Z coded, red flag, brainwash.
ये तो psychology degree की वजह से है ना. Like I had to इतने पैसे पापा ने खर्च करे हैं मेरे को बाहर भेज के पढ़ाने में. So I had to incorporate that somewhere in the brand.
Yeah.
I had
so
to.
like it's such a Gen Z oriented brand with all the pink and white branding.
Yeah.
So do you think that your brand won't be relevant to someone who's in their late 30s? Like, does it affect you?
I think honestly it's about whoever feels the part of the community. I don't have an age cap to it. I don't have like something which will like kind of just resonate with someone because we try to be inclusive of all skin tones, of everything. Like today, my mother's friends use the products and they're the most loyal customers of their brand. Like I have seen all the aunties sending mama pictures of how their vanity has shifted completely from their Macs and their Bobbi Browns, and it's just flossy over there. So I don't think, like, I think to them is what the formula speaks. To them it is what the product speaks, and to our younger audience it is what the brand stands for speaks. So I think there's enough for everybody, like to kind of be a part of it.
So Kanshi, tell me, you and I both come from a D2C background and we have been in this space since past 2-3 years. Which D2C brand marketing do you love?
Beauty that I'm really obsessed with right now is Indie Wild. Like
Indie
I think
Wild.
she's doing a fab job.
Indie Wild is.
Well, what are you obsessed with?
I really like Comet. I think Comet is.
What is this brand about?
Comet is an Indian sneaker brand who is targeting they have a price point of like 7-8K and it's going amazingly well. They have like picked that Indian market वाला price point and have find the need gap of कि अच्छा इंसान को Nike खरीदना होता है पर वो महंगा होता है तो Nike जैसा जूता बना दिया.
बाटा खरीद लो.
Cheap लगता है ना.
That vibe.
Yeah, it looks like it's expensive shoe and
it's basically what we are doing, but in shoes.
But in shoes, I think it is amazing. And they launched a Diwali sneaker जिसपे लड़ियाँ लगी हुई थी. So
bro, this reminds me of this brand Fool.
It's
the graphics, the concept, everything is on point. Like that. And like, Diwali time, I was actually scrolling through Zepto, Blinkit, I was seeing their packages. It looks luxury, but it's not priced like that. I love brands who get into luxury and are not priced like that. Like, again, I feel like, to kind of crack that, it takes a lot of time. But if you do, like, then your brand really stands out.
This is a Indian consumer insight कि अगर तुम्हें Indian market में 1,000 रुपए की भी चीज़ बेचनी है, you make it look like it's 10,000.
Yeah, of course.
अगर तुम वो 1,000 रुपए की चीज़ को 1,500 की भी करके बेचोगे, वो नहीं बिकेगी.
How many times have we discussed, like, what offers to do
Yeah,
and all
because
of that?
जब
People,
तक नहीं aspirational, जब तक वो इंसान को
but
नहीं लगेगी, वो नहीं
people
खरीदता.
in India want value for money. Like, they cannot do without it.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. मतलब I remember when we launched the Berry Decision, we got थोड़ा सा backlash कि it's 2 ml, you're selling it
But
for
then when
this.
people used it,
Yeah,
like, they kind of realized कि बहुत है,
बहुत है,
product,
चलेगा,
like,
चलेगा,
yeah.
चलेगा. So I think.
Yeah.
So Sanshi, let's wrap this conversation. I have just one last question to ask you. What is the best piece of advice you've ever received?
I think the best piece of advice I ever received as a founder.
Just in life, personal life, founder, just the best of best.
I think everything is fine until you believe in yourself. Like, nothing can then come in and, like, take you away from your path. No, like, whatever happens, I'll figure it out. Like, it's figure outable. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Sanchi, for giving us your time today and having this wonderful conversations about pretty much everything.
Yeah.
And we'll see you again next week.